Richie out there?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah? Yeah. How about it? 10-hour man, how about it?
Michael Eisner shuts up real quick when he's alone. He's a bitch. As soon as he hears his cheerleaders, his helpers out there.
Wave in the hand, cuz. 10-4. It's a pretty nice day to be out there. So it wasn't too cold, wasn't too hot. I had a lot of things to do around the house, and I'm a little under the weather, so I hung out by the radio most of the day. And that's about it.
Have you heard from anyone around here? Has Cupcake been on?
Morales was out there. Pieman has been out there. Richie 127's been out there. Iron Man's been out there. Baba Booey. Sparky the Clown. I haven't heard CK, but I really don't hear him good, especially when I turn the squelch up.
He's 10-4, man.
Well, what are they saying, Mike?
Just got home and walked the dog a little bit.
About Michael Jackson beating you in the radio.
Just taking it back and easy.
But they were teasing me, right? Yeah.
Just, hey, Mike, hello, everybody. See who's out here today, man. Beautiful day today.
Nice. Very nice. Spoke to scientists today for a little while. And I knew you were on because I got a text that you were calling me, but I was eating dinner, so I gobbled it up and ran up the stairs to my radio room.
I'm sorry, Mike. I didn't mean to disturb you. 10-4. Yeah, I heard you. I was copying the mail and I put the shower on because I wanted to get the defunctified, Come home smelling like diesel fuel and all, man. No good.
Yeah, tell him to go into the medium or low stage to drop the power on the radio, Mike. He doing that nasty.
I can't tell anybody how to run their radio. I'm sorry, but I hear you. No, Vic, I've been waiting for you all day. Kidding me? I'm glad you're home. Finally got another ally out there. Morales and Foreskin. I found a little bit more about being Foreskin. Besides being a bouncer at Chuck E. Cheese, he is the New York State Dumb Wrestling champ. And he didn't have a really good go with women's wrestling. He's 0-3, so he quit. But then again, Morales is driving around. It's a nice day. It's all good.
Where's Morales going? To the wheelchair races?
Hey, Mike.
Morales is on his way to the wheelchair races down at Ebbets Field. Yeah, Richie?
Yeah, you forgot to mention that he went to Delta Electronics for the new improved distortion mod in his vehicle. Roach Clip 139, if you hear me, something's not right, sir. You are very, very distorting. You're doing that high stage characteristic or the too high with the RF power type thing in the video gate, sir. I'm back in my hole.
Another fucked up radio from Richie.
He's home all day. I heard enforcers he's punished. He's not allowed out of his room. His mommy and daddy caught him doing something wrong in the bathroom. Something very nasty with a little Vaseline. So he's punished. He's in his room.
Well, maybe maybe 139 Roach Clip could tell him who worked on his radio, because it's obviously for the 6 months Enforcekin's been out here harassing this channel, he hasn't learned nothing about work that Richie does. Too loud, too clear, with a whole lot of Dixie dance to it. Hey, 139, Mr. Enforcer has the belief, or is trying to mislead the public, that you're talking on a Richie radio. Do you care to enlighten that punk junkie?
I think I heard what you're saying, Rich. Hey, Mike, does this radio sound okay?
Sounds good to me.
Sounds good to me. And it's a little rough around the edges.
Not your normal loud, clear self. The video gate will reflect that. But Mr. Enforcer wants to know who did your radio work, sir.
Vic, Mr. Enforcer wants to know who did your radio work. He's under the impression that Richie did it.
No, Richie, had to be, because he sounds fucked up. It had to be Richie. Wait a minute, I would definitely let him do it. His mother sounds fucked up. Because I've heard his radios and the will sound great.
Yeah, that's all. Wave in the hand, Brian.
One. Wave in the hand. That guy sounds like a woman.
He does. He reminds me of somebody. Enforcekin reminds me, he sounds just like Bruce Jenner. That's who he reminds me of. A short-haired Bruce Jenner, you know?
Well, we can always put a wig and lipstick on him. Yeah, 10-4.
Yeah, he also got caught wearing his mother's lipstick, you know? Trying on her shoes. He had a little trouble walking in them.
Sounds like Cloris Leachman.
Oh, how embarrassing.
You should try flats first before the heels. Wow, he's a thumb wrestling champ, huh? Wow. He is tough. I better be on my best behavior.
You missed Morales out here, too. By minutes. By minutes. But I just let them ramble on. It's my fan club, Richie's fan club. Richie and Richie's the big fan. They're all, you know, Richie all day. But Richie went on the side. And then Mike Action was in there, so of course, you know, they were cheerleading for me. They wanted to talk about me, to me. Wow. I didn't know I was that popular.
Looks like yesterday's call, but the opposite. They're taking notes. Sounds like he's got a couple of suppositories stuck in his ass. Well, Joe, unbelievable. Must have been Richie's work. He sounds fucked up.
Yeah, I got the BR-21 on. That's about it. Putting out about 50. If that. That's all.
I believe Roach Clip says it's not Richie's work. I hear a lot of Richie's radios, and Richie's radios always sound real good. I think that's what they'll find when they hit rewind on this video gate. But then again, who am I? I am the most talked about, most feared tech on the East Coast, and you wonder why?
Take your stuff to a real tech.
10-4, Vic.
I'm looking forward to hanging out with you guys after a long day. And just chilling out an easy chair, having a few laughs, and see what's going on with the fellas, you know?
I tell you, it's been, just so you know, it's been quiet pretty much the whole day. It only opened up about 5 o'clock-ish. I mean, Enforcer's been on all day because he's punished it in his room for being caught in the bathroom and wearing mommy's lipstick and high heels. But other than that, Morales really hasn't been on that much. And CK's in one of his drunken stupids. So that's about it. Mother caught him with the Vaseline, you know what I mean.
Well, what are you gonna do? Boys will be boys.
He stole his mother's methadone, Mike.
Really? His mother's on methadone? Wow. That's news to me.
Don't forget 515 Bad Girl.
I don't hear 515 Bad Girl. Or I barely hear her maybe when the wind is blowing in my direction. But, what a sound he's going to make when he hits the ground. 350, 400 pounder? My God.
Nah, you won't hear Bad Girl because, since Richie got his box back, his messed up midnight special 700 doesn't really do anything to Richie anymore, you know? He had a hard time with Richie with the 40 watts and skip. Now he just cried, complained, and, say this power shit and blah, blah, blah. And you hear him come out at night about 11:30, 11:40. He starts coming out, as the 11 o'clock news and the primetime shows are ending because he's got some severe bullshit equipment and some severe RFI problems. The king of New York, that's why he's at nighttime radio. But don't believe me. Let the video gates reflect and collect the truth. Richie Clare.
Sounds like jealousy to me.
Yeah, I'm watching a little news, and I'm out. I'm usually out by that time. I gotta get up early. I have a life, not like Enforcer and Morales. Not like Piaman and Morales. We all got jobs. Me, part-time. I'm really spoiled, I can go in when I want. It sounds like jealousy. Leave when I want. I didn't feel like going in today. I think you're a little jealous. And meanwhile, Vic went and did 10 hours. But, I don't get his pay either. 10-4. Barbecue. Too much barbecue. What do you say?
Sounds like jealousy, Richard. But, you hear me? Sounds like a little girl. You hear him?
Very jealous over the facts he is, because he can't elaborate or explain them exactly the way they are, and exactly the way the video gates capture it.
Brian, who? 515?
I don't know. No, that, whatever the hell his name is. Encourager, Enforcer, whatever the hell his name is.
Oh, Enforcekin, the Chuck E. Cheese bouncer. The New York State, thumb wrestling champ.
Sounds like jealousy.
The mud wrestler, the loser, 0-3. Yeah. He's the Bruce Jenner of CB.
Oh, he's Bruce Jenner. Oh, okay. Let's go Mets. Another run scores.
He's one of Nassau County's greatest jailhouse lawyers, I understand.
He looks a little like Bruce Jenner, I heard. He's going to be, he looks a little like Bruce Jenner. He definitely sounds like a homo. And, what else? He's even going to be starring in, I don't know, who sounds more gay between these versions. He sounds like a woman.
I've been trying to tell him that for months, but nobody believes you. You don't believe it. When one person calls you a horse, you tell him where to go, but when 5 or 6 people call you a horse, it's time to buy a saddle.
He stays on the radio all day. He's got no girlfriend, no life. He probably doesn't even have a boyfriend.
Well, I never hear him talking about girls. Man, beautiful day. If I was single, if I didn't have things to do today, I didn't feel like it. Where would you rather be, out? With your girl or home on the CB radio? And he's got the nerve to talk.
He's only out here when he runs out of crack or dope. As long as those two got his mind, he really can't come out here and talk because, the telltale in his voice. So once his Joneses wear off or he snaps out of that nod, he got to take a cat nog to mess with the boys and the Kings.
You don't sound too confident, man. Need a little Cialis. He's a fake Puerto Rican.
Now he's informing us that he has erection problems like we really care.
No,
No, that's with Michael Action. Non-action, he has a little confidence problem there. That's why he sleeps on the couch.
You know, if he would like to turn the world against Richie and get them away from letting Richie do their radios, all that junkie has to do is tell them that I did his radio. That'll put a stop to my tech quick.
You got that right.
I wish you had radios that sound good as mine, because I do my own work.
No, you don't, you liar.
Nah, Bob's the butcher. Bob Butcher that does it at PM Electronics, the place where they store all the stolen goods over there.
Never heard of the place.
Really? Oh, I can't wait to pull up the old video games. You and Birdie talking about this guy and trying to convince the public that's the place to go. Oh, I'm gonna have a field day. Don't you love Richie's minutes of radio? The CB stenographer. That was funny. About 8 months ago, a fucking goddamn vehicle pull up a police car. Everybody in it was white shirts. One started laughing. He said, "Hey, there he is, the CB stenographer. Good work, kid." And they pull off. I started dying.
Yeah, I remember that one, Rich.
You remember me talking about that night?
Yep.
That came from Richie. He loves men's foreskin.
It sounds like he's on Percocet or something. Yeah, he's on safe. There is definitely some medication going on, because he's monotone. He don't get high, he never laughs, he don't get low. I think he's got a problem with depression or bipolar disorder. I think there's something there much more than we know.
Big cracker.
Yeah, bipolar disorder or depression. There's something much more than we know of there. It's a bigger problem than we know.
At least I don't suffer from erectile dysfunction.
See, he's not denying it. He's not denying it. There you go. There's your answer, Brian.
He's a bipolar dysfunctional with borderline psychosis.
Big radios do not impress her. That's why he's sleeping on the couch, old man.
You hear his words and slur? Yeah, a little bit.
Man, that's the junkie drawl, bro. Don't you know the junkie drawl when you hear it, pluggers?
Hey, Brian, were you another cheerleader? You can't think for yourself?
But now he's switching over to me now, like I really care.
She jumped on my shit. I gotta put you on blast, too. Don't worry, I'll give it to you, too.
Hey, Brian, he's into that bukkake shit. He wants as many as he can get.
You mind your business, you'll stay out of it. But you gotta throw in your fucking jabs every now and then. You know? You think you can't, like I told that crackhead Richie, none of you could dance with the kids.
You should want to be Puerto Rican.
Fucking old man, you're washed up.
Brian,
Suffer from a...
He thinks we're all pedophiles, that we like to dance with kids. We know he's a kid. He acts like a kid. And he still wishes Richie was some kind of fiend. Richie got no.
And I like men, so, you know, I like to get a hold of you one of these days.
The same shit with your mom. Same shit. Hey, come over, tune up my amplifier.
Who's that?
Michael Non-Action Anthony. You know I'm on the radio for 30 years. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Come and tune up my amp.
Your audio is very, very low. Very low?
Hey, Michael Action. What's my SWR?
Oh, that's much better. Yeah, Mike Action waving a hand to everybody out there, man. Waving a hand to Morales, to Pieman, all the good people. And 822, no problem.
Michael Non-Action. Give me that SWR check, please.
Somebody stepping on me now? 2527 waving a hand. No problem. No problem. I was just sitting back listening to you smack around Morales. And then Enforcer, who is the New York State thumb wrestling champ and a bouncer at Chuck E. Cheese, you know, Morales idolizes him. We come to the conclusion after listening to him and listening to the video gates that he's some type of bipolar or depression problems. You know, he's on some type of Prozac or something. He's on something.
You guys know all the medication, the names for the medication.
Like one of those guys, yo.
Yeah, you're right. Maybe he's on Zoloft. I think he's on something stronger. But I think he's on a number of different medications. Because he just sounds... There's no high, there's no low. He just sits there at the radio, stares at the meter, and talks about me and Richie all day. That's his day. That's his Saturday. And he comes up with these cockamamie stories and like they're supposed to bother us or hurt him. Meanwhile, we're slapping the shit out of him. And you don't even know it.
That's why you take a beating every day on this channel.
That means that you're back out because nobody can hear you talk right now.
What happened?
Yo, he said he was lying, like, yo, I have no idea, man. He's soft like baby cheese.
That's right. We give foreskin something to live for, something to do all day. If it wasn't for me and Richie, what would foreskin do? What would he do?
If you want some respect from him, you gotta call him what his mommy calls him, Dirt Man.
Sounds like he's on Lipitone.
Maybe mom, maybe daddy's not, not doing it right. Mommy's out with the mailman, a.k.a. the next door neighbor. I heard rumors. I don't want to say too much, but I heard rumors.
Holy smoke, damn. You guys must be really depressed out there. You gotta mention all these medications. I don't take any medication. I'm drug free, but
I just wish I could hear him.
I know, I barely hear him over here. He's hit me with like a 5.
Now,
You got a radio, check radio that night, too.
you got a point.
you hear all the names they're naming? All these antidepressants.
And he knows exactly what they are. He's a depressed recluse. A depressed recluse who's been rejected by everybody around him. But I like the name his mommy calls him. Nothing tops Dirt Man. Dirt Man. Yes, sir.
Then you got that other weirdo, Michael Action, Non-Action Anthony. He's taking Cialis because he has a dead noodle. He thinks by buying bigger radios and amplifiers is going to...
Michael, this man is worried about other man's body parts, Michael. Michael, did you hear him? He's worried about your noodle, Michael. I guess I'm not having my proper intake of protein and ain't delivering enough spillage. Your turn, Mike.
He's on me now. He's jocking me. He's worried about my dick. I don't know. Usually I don't talk to men about my dick. So, and when other men worry about my dick, I get a little nervous. So I really don't want to have anything to say to him about that.
Mike, he's not another man, Mike. You hear him. He's the kid. He's the kid. He's the kid who's mad that we won't dance with him, Mike.
Yeah, he does sound like a little kid, but he's definitely not drug-free. That's for sure. That's a load of bullshit. You don't have no friends, you don't have no life, nothing.
Well, Mike, I invited him to a YouTube camera for a piss test just so I could prove that I smoke more weed than anybody, and that's the only that'll be there. And now he copped 1,000 pleas on that.
I don't know, when Pieman starts talking about other men's dicks, again, I can't comment on that. I'm not homophobic, I don't believe in gay marriage. I think what Richie Radio said, Richie 127, said he's gay, he's a lesbian in a man's body. I thought that was very, very intelligent, astute, and friggin' funny as hell. I had to hear it twice. I was like, what? Yeah, that was funny. Richie's articulate